All right, YouTube, it is Mr. Mean. I hope everyone is doing well. Happy Monday. I am back from GameHole Con. Had a blast. Had a lot of fun. I want to give a lot of shouts out. We got a lot of stuff to cover. I'm doing it live. I don't know why, because I can, I guess. I don't know. Normally I like to feed the algorithm and let YouTube percolate this and then push it out, tomorrow or whatever. But I just wanted to do this and I didn't want to fuss around. Getting time for a beard trim. I hope everyone is doing well. We're gonna get rid of the old hat, my Volvo hat. I love it. I hope everyone is doing well. Had a fantastic weekend. So what happened? GameHole Con 2025, Madison, Wisconsin, at the Alliant Energy Center. Fantastic time. Fun was had by all. I don't know what to tell you guys. It's a fun con. It's a 5-hour drive from my house. Well, 4 hours and 58 minutes, unless you make a couple stops or whatever, which I did. I picked up a lot of cool swag. I spent way too much money, but you know what? I don't care. It's why I work hard and I enjoy the things that I buy. And I use them all. So I do want to, I got to unplug this for a second. I'm charging my mic. I forgot to grab one thing. Uh, Probably the piece de la resistance. But I don't want to show it yet. So I'm going to put it right there. Oh, I got to grab one more thing. I'm discombobulated here, guys. It's been a long weekend. I had a good time. I got to share a room with Mickey Barfield, creator of a bunch of cool games, which we're going to go over. And then I also met his buddy Doug, who was a very nice guy. Snores like a freight train. Won't do that again. Sorry, Doug. Love you, bro, but can't do it. Sorry, got no sleep. Was pissy. I'm old and grumpy, and I like my comfort, and I can pay for my comfort, so therefore I will. So next time, Mickey, I love you. Doug, nice to meet you. I think I'm gonna have my own room. I'm just gonna do it that way. It's and I think I want to be. It's my fault. I didn't register early enough, and no offense to Mickey because he kept reminding me. And I don't think it was anybody's fault. I think it's one of those. The convention hotel just fills up so quick, and I'm going to tell you, this year I've been going to GameHole Con for 4 years now. This is my 4th year. My first time as an exhibitor. So thank you, Mickey, so much. It was very kind of you to help me pimp my show, and hopefully I gave you some good support. I know I ran a great Wicked PAX game on Friday night. The feedback was awesome, and everyone had a really good time. So I'm super excited about that. And a shout out to the players if they by chance happen to watch this. You guys rocked. You were a lot of fun, and it was super cool. So yeah, the convention was. It seemed like it was double the amount of people that were there this year as opposed to last year. I want to see if I can. See if I can. I don't know what. Oh wait, right here. I should have been a little better prepared, but I'm not. It's all good. Let me see. What can I find here? Polyhedral. Nice. There we go. Oh man, I got the hiccups, guys. I apologize. Here we go. There we go. Share. I want the link. Give me the link. There we go. I copied the link. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to good old Streamlabs, which is what I record, and I'm going to post it here. Boop. And it should go there. I'm going to put it there. There we go. So there's a link to Polyhedral Knights Facebook page. That's where they're big on. I think he has a website, but I don't know what it is, and I apologize. It's probably the Polyhedral Knights, although it's not on his. on his books, but we'll get to it when we get there. There's a couple things I want to go over. First of all, had a blast at the con. Dealer's room was amazing. A huge shout out to Scott and his wife and the wonderful folks at Arcanea's workshop. That's the guy that made my GM screen. It's back there. You can't really see it. He's going to eventually make me a table, and I might even work with him because my wife just told me last night she wants a dresser for my son's room. We've been using makeshift stuff, and she's just tired of it, and so we want to get a nice wooden dresser that can grow with him as he grows older. So anyway, I'm going to show off the piece de la resistance. I'm going to get that out of the way early. This is from Arcanea's workshop. This is the GM. It goes with my GM screen, and this is the lovely little thing and dice tray, and then this is the dice tower that just clips on there like that, and it fits perfectly, and it's beautiful wood, and it smells good, but the sound that it makes, I hope you guys can hear that. Let me do one die. It's just amazing. I love it. I love it. Anyway, Scott, brother, thank you so much. Scott at Arcanea Workshop is just, he's a superhuman being. Yeah, you can probably get a cheaper, dice tower, GM screen, game table from some of those other places, but you're not going to get the personalization. You're not going to get the attention to detail, the caring, and possibly a friendship like I did out of this. He was amazing. His wife was amazing. The young man he had working at his booth with him was amazing. So I didn't get all their names because it's just so much, guys. I don't know if you've never been to a game convention, it is sensory overload. But I'm telling you, it was amazing. Let's see. I think I can show. Yeah, there we go. I think we'll hide that one. Just leave that there. I hate to say all the time, but that's what happens when you're live streaming and you're checking things out. Okay, that's just a little message. I'm going to tell you guys, what a great time. I got to see my buddy Hobbs from Hobbs Games. He put out a game. I don't know what he's selling it for. It's called Bite the Bullet. It's a Western kind of OSR. Every town is a candle against a vast dark. Every ride into the wilderness is a wager with death. Wow. Jason Hobbs. Principles of play. I got to put my cheaters on, guys, because this is small font and I'm old. Jason did give me a copy. I will be doing a review of this. This could be the end. Death is imminent. Faith is personal. Telegraph danger before action. Encourage player narrative. Conflict is not just mechanics. Create opportunities for burdens, faith, and characteristics to drive the story. Call for saves only when attributes are harmed or when the PC is in possible danger. A successful save may keep them all from it. Only roll when real consequences are on the line. This is 21 pages. There's one piece of art in it. It is a super cool piece of art. And Jason wrote this, and he got it all printed up, and he gave me a copy. This was a free copy. I will be doing a review of this. So it's called Bite the Bullet by Jason Hobbs. Jason's super cool dude. Big into the OSR community. He has his own streams, Hobbs and Company. So go check it out. And you should pick this up if you see it. I'm not sure if it's on drive-through. I should have asked him that, and I'll shoot him a message before I do the video. And then we'll go from there. But super cool. So glad he gave me a copy. Thank you, Jason. You the man. And I have nothing more to say about that until the review. And then I met a lovely young man called Thane Gibson. And him and Derek White put out a little gem of a game. Now, you guys know I'm not a D&D fan. I'm not a Shadow Dark fan. It's not my jam. Kelsey, I think it's Kelsey, the young lady that put out Shadow Dark. is super nice. I was going to get her on the channel for an interview when she was doing her Kickstarter and it blew up gangbuster, but it just, the time frames and everything didn't work out. But Thane was a super cool dude, and I got invited, thanks to Scott from Arcanea Workshop. I got invited to a kind of super exclusive, very limited play of Dark Space. And it's a little glary. I love the cover. Yeah, does it scream Mothership? Yes, but this is not Mothership. You could play it that way if you wanted to. This is an overlay for Shadow Dark. So if you know Shadow Dark, if you have the core rule book and you pick this up, you're golden. You don't need to buy anything else. The other thing is, this is a glossy cover. On the back is a character sheet. Yeah, that's the character sheet. And it's glossy. So it's dry erase, wet erase. So you can write on this and then erase it. So you can spit out a character in a couple of minutes. We played for, I don't know, maybe 2 hours, maybe a little bit more. And I played HE-7M, aka Helm, a corporate security drone warbot. So I only had one hand. My other hand was a blaster. And Shadow Dark is decent to relative, medium to high damage, and then low armor. So hey, Super Beast, what's going on, bro? I'm doing well. I am fantastic. So he let us keep the character sheets. We're talking about Dark Space. And it's funny because Scott at Arcanea Workshop made a really cool dice box for him. And I guess they've got something in the works for when they do a Kickstarter or whatever. But this is everything you need to play this, and you just need a copy of Shadow Dark. So I'll be doing a review of this as well. But he did, what I thought was cool is he signed it. Thanks for playing, Thane Gibson. And then he gave me his email. So I'm to email him. We're going to do an interview. So again, shout out to Thane and Scott for inviting me. Super Beast, Nasser, you'll be happy to know the guys from Need Games there, and Nikolai was there. He's the brain behind this game. And I bought a copy of Natural Fantasy because I don't have this one. I have all the other supplements, but not this one. Now, I did not back the Kickstarter. And everyone's going to be like, Mr. Mean, it's an amazing Kickstarter. Why didn't you back it? Anti-Kickstarter right now. I'm just being pissy. I'm grumpy. I'm an old man. Let me have it. B, they don't have anything I really need. I own everything for Fabula Ultima. So why buy stuff I already own? I'm just not going to do that. And yeah, it's a cool cover and the box set and everything is amazing. Yes, I would love it, but it's money I don't need to spend. I already own everything. So I own a GM screen, a core book, and all the supplements. This was the last one I didn't have. Now I know they're putting out a bestiary, and I will pick that up. And I may go on to the Kickstarter and just back for whatever gets me the bestiary, and then call it done. Yeah. I've been buying more lately than I've been backing. I'm tired of backing Kickstarters and waiting 3 years to get shit or get excuses, and I'm just done with it. I'm done. And I've got some great friends that do some amazing Kickstarters. All the guys at Pinnacle, all the guys at Ulysses Spiel. What is it? Where is my copy? I can't see it now. I'm blind. Secret World. Star Anvil Press, he always delivers on time. He always delivers excellent product. But I feel my buddy Jason from Broken Rat Games, who helped me launch this channel. Basically, he's one of the earliest reviews. I own everything he's made. I got to be fair, and I'm just tired of backing Kickstarters. For every one that comes through 3 or late or super late, I'm still waiting on Pixel Dice. It's been 5-6 years, still waiting on Pixel Dice. I got my Orb Dice and they were utter garbage, and it was over $100 for those. So, I don't need it that bad, guys. I'm sorry if you're an indie publisher, I'll buy your book when it hits the store. I'm sorry. Or I'll buy the PDF on your Kickstarter, but I'm not supporting physical books. I'm running out of room. This shelf is 30 feet long. It's 3 feet tall. you can see it's chock full. I don't have, some of the shelves are bowing. I've got too many books. I need to spread out and make a new shelf. I'm actually going to set up another shelf in my painting room, and because I've just got too many books. But I haven't even undone the shrink wrap. For those that don't know, I saw a lot of questions. When you buy, all their books come shrink wrap, period. And a lot of people are pissy about that because they want to flip through it and look at it. But what they do is there's a sheet of paper in here with a drive-through RPG code, so you can download the PDF. So you do get a free copy if you buy a legitimate copy that is shrink wrapped. The PDF code will be on a slip of paper on the inside. So I haven't opened mine. When I do my review, I'll open it. I'll show the PDF. So I haven't even downloaded my PDF of this yet. I picked it up. Nasser, you'll be happy to know that Nikolai gave me his business card and asked me to shoot him an email, which I did the other night. And I'm going to do an interview with him. So I'm pretty excited about that. So Fabulosima Kickstarter going on right now. Go check it out. I think it's going to be super cool, but I'm not backing Kickstarters. I'm sorry. I'll buy the PDF off your site. If you want to upgrade me to a physical book so that I can review your product, feel free to do that. I won't say no, and I will appreciate it, but I'm not going out of my way to back physical Kickstarters. I got burnt too many times, and I know that's not fair to guys like Jason at Broken Rat or Star Ample Press, because those guys do super good, but I just can't do it anymore, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, Nasser, it'll be up on my Facebook and everything when I do it. So as always. So back to swag and goodies. My buddy Mickey, I didn't know he had made a superhero game, and I went bonkers. So Dark Times, and I will say, I'm allowed to say that there is a 2.0 coming. We don't know exactly when, probably later 2026, early 2027. But this is by Mickey Barfield and Richard Kelly. This is a hardback. It is how many pages? I'll be doing a review of this one because I really like the premise of this. This is 310 pages roughly with the character sheet. I believe it's black and white. Oh no, there's some color in here. Not a whole lot of images. It's a lot of text, but I do like the way it's laid out well. And like I said, we'll do this is basically corporations invented, or nanites were invented and then, of course, injected into humans, because why wouldn't we? And those nanites gave those humans superpowers. And unfortunately, in a corporate greed society, dystopian society, the corporations have found a way to monetize that and basically have superheroes that they use. So if this sounds a lot like The Boys, yes, Vought, yes, it's very much that, but it's not a serum, it's nanites. And so I'm looking very forward to this. He also gave me the supplement, Dark Times. This is an NPC book, which Mickey does these. I wish more companies did this. This is just a book, a tiny little book. It is how many pages? 53 pages, black and white. And it's just NPCs and plot points, and it's cool shit. And I really recommend that if other companies need to do this, because as a GM, you're like, oh, I need a bad guy. Oh, there's not one in the core book. Let me go to my NPC book. And he's got, I think, 3 of these out now. I think he's got one out for Wasteland Sagas, and he's got one out for Wicked Packs. And I think he might have one out for Spy 2.0. And of course, this one. So review coming of this. And then he gave me Dark Time source book, Steel City. I don't know anything about this. I haven't even looked at them yet. But like I said, I was super excited to get them. Mickey, Polyhedral Knights, you guys rock. Thank you so much. If you guys haven't checked out Polyhedral Knights, please go do it. I'll make sure to try and put a link in the doobly-doo. Super cool stuff. Definitely check it out when you get a chance. It's cool stuff. I'm just going to rip this to the bottom because I don't know where to put it. So, what's Nasser saying here? It looks like a very interesting superhero game. Yeah, it is, man. I like the concept. Mickey gave me the elevator pitch, and I was super excited. So, of course, GameHole Con is a large convention for indie publishers, which is the whole reason Mickey from Polyhedral Knights was there. He sold a fair amount of stuff. I wish he would have sold more, but it's just we weren't in the dealer's room. And I hate to say this, but I think people go to the dealer's room, they expect to spend money. When you're outside the dealer's room, it's not so much you're not thinking of spending money. So I think while we got a decent amount of foot traffic, Doug was there manning the booth, kind of the booth babe. I was there for a little bit, but I went there to help Mickey and also to put him in touch with other people and to promote Mr. Mean Speaks, which I got to do all of that. So Doug was kind of the man behind the booth running that. And then Mickey, of course, was at the booth. But Mickey and I were running demos. And so I had a lot of fun. I only ran one demo because I didn't know what my schedule was going to be like and if I was going to get to do interviews or not, which I didn't. But that's another story. But everything worked out well, and we all had a good time. But GameHole Con is really big for Troll Lords. And if you guys know the channel, I'm a huge fan of Troll Lords game. So, and reviews coming of all this stuff, but I might have bought a couple of supplements. And I might have bought the new Adventurers Armory, or the Adventurers Armory. I don't even know what this is. The Adventurers, full review coming on all of this stuff. This is just a cursory overview. I do see we got 4 people in the stream. Pop into the chat there and say hi. Let me give you a shout out. Unless you're supposed to be working. Even then, your boss isn't watching this because he's not that cool, or she. But Nasser's in here. That accounts for it. Oh, there's 5 people now. Yeah, if you're in the chat, man, give a shout out. Let me know. I don't have the stream open on another monitor, so I'm just this is very impromptu. I had the day off. I go back to work tomorrow. I won't be able to kick out another video probably until Saturday or Sunday this weekend. I have my Wednesday night Daggerheart game, and of course my son has therapy all through the week, so I'm going to be stressed for time. So this is the only day I could knock this out. So this is the Adventurer's Armory. Contains descriptions of and stats for hundreds of weapons, clubs, maces, flails, knives, daggers, axes, swords, spears, polearms, propelled weapons, bows, crossbows, and siege weapons. Alongside these are the armors, shields, and helms used in battle throughout the ages. Each entry has its own illustration and includes a brief description of the weapon or armor, its intended purpose and use, and the statistics for role-playing it. Additionally, optional rules for use of these weapons are included, as well as a brief overview of how to create one's own weapons and tables for quick and easy reference to the many hundreds of weapons and armors now at your hands. So this is just a GM/player book. Like I said, full review coming soon. But it was the new book. I love their art. Yeah, it's literally just an armory. That is super cool. There's some cool art in here. And the guys they have that do their art are just amazing. But I couldn't pass it up. I had to pick it up. So I got that. And then what else do we got here? Save that. These are in no particular order, by the way. I'm not highlighting anything over anything else in any order. I love them all equally. And again, if you're in the chat, there's 5 of you. Pop in and say hi. The other cool thing they did is if you bought 2 adventures, you got the third one for free. The cool thing, if you don't know about Troll Lords, is all their stuff is printed in the USA. And they actually have their own print farm where they print their stuff. Hey, RPG Frequencies, good morning, sir. I should say good afternoon. Oh man, I forgot your first name. I'm sorry. RPG Frequencies does a lot of audio stuff. Super great guy. Go check his channel out. He's real big on Moonbeam, and he's streaming over there all the time and doing a lot of solo. I know, man. I'm Gwydion. There we go. Does a lot of streaming on Moonbeam. I couldn't get into it, dude. I tried. Just wasn't my jam. I'm sorry. And there was literally no engagement. There's like 3 people, and only people that joined were the people that knew me from Discord. So it didn't work for me. But it's no harm, no foul. Had a blast the time that I was in there. But Gwydion streams a lot of solo stuff, a lot of audio. does really cool stuff, plays with a lot of audio software for tabletop gaming and things like that. So go check his channel out. I'm plugging him. But like I said, Troll Lord Games was there. Dakota is their print master. He works in the print shop. He's a super nice kid. He is I believe, the nephew of Stephen uh, uh, Stephen Chenault of the Chenault brothers, and he's part of the family. Of course, Chuck Kumbow was there. He's their marketing manager and GM extraordinaire. I got to play a game with him. That was a lot of fun. And he killed us. We had a TPK, but it was a fun adventure. But anyway, you buy 3 adventures at the booth, you get 1 for free. So there's a dwarf on the cover. How could I say no? So quick threats and side treks, quick little adventure. Again, full reviews of these. Winter's Bite, Dakota recommended it, said it was one of his favorite adventures. And then Bergman Outlandish was another adventure. So these are very thin. They're only a couple pages, like 20, 30 pages. This one's 18 pages. So yeah, they're all around 18, 20 pages. Full reviews coming in on all of them. My Daggerheart and Pathfinder players will probably experience these relatively quickly. Because that's just the kind of GM I am. And then I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they have this new series. I don't know how new it is, but they have a series called After Winter's Dark. And it's a Codex of Erd expansion. If you're not familiar with Troll Lord games or Castles and Crusades, if you're looking for a fantasy game that you can run dark, you can run comedic, you can run it high fantasy, low fantasy, I recommend you try out Troll Lord games. Castles and Crusades. It's phenomenal. But I hadn't picked these up, and I was planning on picking them up. These are just they're like 20 pages long, maybe even a little less. Yeah, this is 24 pages, chock full of maps, kind of on a parchment style paper. There's a little bit of art in here, and they are all just little primers. They're the Codex of Erd expansion. So this is the Tarvine Belt. I picked up Saline Watershed, Valleys of Kyomar, Environs of Offstrag, which if you have A0, and I think it goes A to U, it's 3 box sets. You can now buy it as a book, a hardback book, but it is thank you, Super Beast. I like my GM style too. The Offstag is this whole series, and it's probably a great, if you're looking to break into Castles and Crusades, I highly recommend that series. And I think it's about time I do another Castles and Crusades video and talk about stuff. I got Gotland NE, or Northeast, I'm assuming, the Barachain Coast, the Darkenfold, which is the forest around Offstag, the Marbeline Coast. So that's 8 books. These are all just like little gazetteers, codexes, so to speak. So there shouldn't be hardly any game mechanics in here. Shouldn't be any stats. Oh well, there's populations and things like that, but there won't be any. These are setting agnostic for the most part. So if you're playing D&D and you want to introduce a new town, you can get these, and you'll have the full layout of everything you need. So these are awesome. Man, I'm so happy I got them. So, and thanks to Dakota for hooking me up. I used my veterans discount. So, I think they're $10 each. So it was $80. I paid $40. So, because if you're a veteran and you prove to them that you're a veteran, you get 50% off. And that discount is good at conventions and their online store. If you do the online store, there's a little, you send them an email and then they'll send you a code. But it's amazing and it is super awesome. So last but not least, I went by one of the just generic guys that were selling a bunch of different stuff. They were predominantly a board game store. They were there in Madison local, and they had a small section of RPGs, and they just happened to have the Starfinder Player's Guide for 2nd edition. So I picked it up. I don't know if my players are going to want to run it. But at $69, $70 for the book, I've canceled my Paizo account for I canceled my Paizo account for my GM subscription because their books are just $80 a book. Yeah, you get the PDF when you subscribe. I think the Monster Manual is the last one I have coming, and after that, I canceled. So I wanted the the Bestiary 2 for Paizo, because we're going to be, after we finish up with Daggerheart, we're going to go back into Pathfinder, because I really like Pathfinder, and who knows, I might even throw them into Starfinder. Let them. Supposedly, there's rules to convert your characters into Starfinder, so I might do that. So, all right, we had 6 people. Now we're back down to 5 again. If you're in the chat, pop in and say hi, if you can, so I can give you a shout out. So, needless to say, I got a lot of cool stuff. I'm very happy. I spent way too much money. I got some t-shirts. I got this really nice hoodie that says Chaotic Awkward. I haven't been officially diagnosed with autism, but my son is autistic. Warren 73. Hello, sir. Hi, greetings. Warren, the name's not ringing a bell. I'm not that smart. So if I met you at the con or you got one of my stickers, I'm out of stickers, guys. I've gone through like 500 stickers. I have to have more stickers printed, which I guess I could have worse problems, right? And oops, I'm gonna rip this out. It's gonna be bad. I have this really cool, if I can get it out here, this really cool NFC card by Link. Put it up there, Link. And this is just a credit card, but it has a QR code. So let me put that up there. You can pause the video while you're watching it. Get my ugly mug out of the. There you go. You can click that. You can take a pic of that. But the whole point of this is I was supposed to bring it to the convention with me. In the last 2 cons, I've forgotten. But you bring it to the con, you tap it to somebody's phone that is NFC capable, and it gives you all my contact information, my YouTube channel, my email address, blah, blah, gives you everything. I'm an idiot. I gotta remember to bring it with me next time. So let's see. Oh, Ed Greenwood was there, luminary of the D&D world. Asshole in my book. I'm going to call it out right there. He was sitting at our booth when we came in Thursday morning to open up shop, and he was signing books. Didn't even say pardon me. Didn't even say excuse me. Just said, oh, it was an empty table, so I sat down to use it. And then proceeded to take his time to continue signing books. And so basically, my buddy Mickey and I just walked right behind and kind of pushed him out. So Ed Greenwood, asshole. I'm saying it right now. Pissed me off. Very rude, very lack of etiquette. I don't, he's writing on 40 years ago of success, and he needs to do something new. Maybe he has, I don't know. I don't follow the guy. I'm not a huge D&D fan. I don't care for D&D. It's not a bad game, but when you have no etiquette and you're rude, that's not an excuse. So sorry. Got that rant out of my blood there. I feel better. Warren 73. Where do I know you from, sir? Did you just catch the stream? I'm assuming you got one of my cards, or you're a subscriber and I just don't recognize your handle on YouTube. This is the problem with the social media and the internet. There, if you have a Discord channel, most likely, if you haven't joined years ago like I did, you can't get the name you want, and so you have to get a different name. But then you've got a different name on YouTube, you've got a different name on Gmail, you got a different name on Hotmail, blah blah blah. So it's crazy. And we're down to 3, so I guess some people have dropped out. But that's okay. It's in the middle of the day. I know people are at work. I was super excited with everything I got. I'm pleasantly surprised. So there's some interviews coming up. I actually need to interview Mickey from Polyhedral Nights. I've never interviewed him. So we've done 2 conventions together. We'll probably do a third. I will be at Con of the North in February next year, 2026. Running games for Castles and Crusades for Troll Lords. Chuck Kumbau asked me at the end of the convention because he knows I go to these cons and he knows who I am, and he knows I'm a big supporter of them. So I'm going to run a bunch of Troll Lord games. I'll probably run 1 game a day so that I can play in games as well. But I'm going to try to run at least 3 games for the convention. I believe Con of the North is a Friday. Oh, wow. Oh, you live in France. All right. Awesome, dude. And thank you for following. Uh, Wish you could have made it to GameHole Con, but I think that airplane. Man, I'm still tired, guys. I was in a hotel room with two guys that snored like freight trains, and I got no sleep. And then I had to drive 5 hours, almost 6 hours, to get back home, to get to the con, and then to drive back home. So I am beat. There is a nap in my future, let me tell you. And then I've got to get back up at 4:30 tomorrow and do it all over again for work, normal work. Warren, thank you, sir. I don't know if you had a different handle or if you just never posted, but thank you, and I hope France is doing well. And probably, I'm wondering if you found me through the Polaris video. That is a French RPG about underwater. It's a super cool RPG, but unfortunately, none of these Yanks know good games. It is a really cool game. It is a percentage-based game. It's a little bit on the crunchy side, but I think it's a very cool setting. So you haven't checked that video out, go check it out. Poseidon, the RPG. Other than that, we're back. We're 6-5. Man, we're all over the place. Again, if you're in the chat, there is about a 20-second delay, I think, from StreamYard's YouTube to your screen. So we've been streaming for about 37 minutes. I hope everyone is doing well. But if you are in the chat, pop in and say hi. Let me give you a shout out. This will be posted to YouTube later, probably as soon as I'm done, and then I'll take the links and I'll spread them around to my Facebook and everything, and to MeWe. Yes, I'm still on MeWe. I still like MeWe. I just don't do anything over there because there's not enough engagement. In France, nice. How's the weather in France? I hope it's nice. It's probably nighttime there. Yes, seeing as it's noon. It's 1 o'clock here. 1 p.m. Look, my phone is completely charged. Yay! Or my phone, my watch. I bought a Pixel watch. My health insurance has an incentive program where those of you know I'm almost 60. I was a little bit overweight. I was pushing 300 pounds, and so I'm down to 200 and about 38 pounds now. I did not eat a lot of junk food at the convention. I did really good. Oh, there was a new update for my phone or my watch. Nice. Sweet. Um yeah, I'm not having a stuttering here and my internet's good. We do have a little crazy weather going on. It's a little chilly. I think we're in the 50s today. But I think it might be your connection. I'm not sure. Um Pixel camera. Oh my God. So cool. So I have a Pixel 3. I love it. You can see it there. It's a nice bright display, but it monitors my heart and everything. All right, Warren, have a great one, sir. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out for a minute. I appreciate it. Um, and if there's any RPGs you want me to cover, let me know. I'll see if I can get them and do a review. I hope you're well, and thanks for popping in and saying hi. And again, it's the middle of the day. I don't expect a ton of people to be in the chat, but I just wanted to make a quick video showing all the cool stuff I got, and talk about GameHole Con. I met some wonderful people. I had a really great time, and all I can say is it was a blast. I'm looking forward to next year. That'll be GameHole 5 for me, so I'm pretty excited. And met the guy from Gamer Gang. I don't know his name. He was nice enough. I don't follow other YouTube reviewers very much, so I've watched his videos. They're not my style. But he did come up to the booth and kind of was schmoozing up Mickey. Uh, you know, how do I put this? Because I don't want to come across as an asshole, but I'm Mr. Mean. So hey, telling a publisher designer that you don't do PDF reviews because nobody wants to look at the screen, and you're basically fishing for a free copy of the game, is an asshole move to me. I'm just going to call it out like I see it. If you want a review copy, say, hey, do you have anything I could review? I'll point it out that it's a review copy. when you go begging small publishers for a copy of their game, you're taking food out of their mouth. I pay for all my shit. I do get sent free shit. I never ask for it. I'm grateful when it's sent to me. I do a disclaimer in all my videos that it was a free copy given to me. I don't usually go out of my way asking. I do preface it, hey, if you want me to do a review, send me a copy. I never say send me a hard copy. I do make it known that I don't like to review PDFs, but I'll do it if that's all you have. The whole point of doing reviews for indie games is to get their name out there and get them popular and put some food on their table. Nobody in this industry is rich. So, I don't even know how many followers that guy has, and I mean, he can snuff my channel out in a heartbeat, I'm sure. But I don't care. I don't do this for him. I don't do this for anybody but me. This is my enjoyment. I do it for fun. If I happen to get free shit, that's awesome, but I don't go out of my way looking for it. I'm going to try to see if I can pull up his channel and just see. I think it's the Gaming Gang. Yeah, so he's already put up some videos and let's just go here, but I'm going to mute it real quick, and I just want to go to his. Funny enough, I'm not subscribed to his. I don't want to get it. Jeff, his name was Jeff. Super nice guy. He was pleasant to talk to. He did bash my buddy's game. I wasn't cool about that. I'm not going to mention it. I'll talk to him privately. He bashed a friend of mine's game, and I did not think that was cool. Especially when you're talking to another pub. Here's the thing: if you're going to talk bad about somebody, to me, what are you going to say to me? What are you going to say to me, or what are you going to say about me when you're talking to somebody else? Because you're willing to bash the other guy and talk smack about them to me. So why wouldn't you talk smack to somebody else about me? So I have no desire to be affiliated with anybody like that. I was raised a poor orc child. I unsubbed his channel. Or I was raised a poor orc child. First of all, probably the best name I've seen in quite a while. I believe you have commented on one or two of my videos or in my live chats before. So thank you, sir. I'm not telling you to unsub from his channel. If you like his content, good for you. But you may not like my content in that case. And that's fine. I mean, it's no big deal. I don't take offense anywhere. Because like I said, I'm not chasing subscriptions. I'm not looking to, he's got 16.4 thousand followers. He's got 2.3 thousand videos. 2,300 videos. So yeah, he's way bigger than me. But his videos are all, they're all over an hour. Some of them are almost 2 hours. And that's cool. If that's the format you like and well, he's got some short form. Oh, his reviews are around under 30 minutes, it appears. I'm looking at just a plethora of his views. So like I said, nice enough guy, not my kind of person. I don't support that kind of, let's shit talk about this guy and then go say hi and how much I enjoyed your stuff. That's not my jam. If you're into that, that's fine. Yeah, there you go. Watch. Yeah, there's the go. And I've gotten comments on my channel that are like, "Oh my God, there's 15 minutes of my life I can't get back." And I usually reply to those people and say, "You know what? That's the joy of YouTube. You never have to watch my channel again. There's these 3 little buttons on every video. You click them and you say, 'Not interested,' or 'Don't show me this again.' I'm not going to lose any sleep if you do that. Trust me, I'm going to be just fine. Clearly I make enough money that I don't need your support. I do this for the fun. Now, if you want to subscribe, if you want to become a Patreon, great. I'll send you a sticker. I do giveaways every so often when I get free copies of stuff, or if I get a copy of things that aren't my jam, I'll send them to you. I mean, I got what was it? What was the game? It was a modern day horror. It was very dark, and it was like angels and demons and finding out your personal demons. It was like Hellraiser, the RPG, but I can't remember the game now. But anyway, they reached out to me and said, "Hey, we'd love for you to review our stuff. Can we send you?" And they sent me everything. They sent me 2 or 3 of the splat books, the GM screen, and the cover. Everything was hardcover, and it was beautiful. Um, oh God, it's right on the tip of my tongue. I can't. Cult. Uh, and I reviewed it. A beautiful game, very dark, disturbing art. Not a game I'd let my kids play if they were under 14 or 15. I would keep it kind of it's not a game for kids, or I mean, your household may be different, but I wouldn't let my kids play that kind of game. It's a very dark, body horror, mental trauma, that kind of thing. And someone who suffers from PTSD, I don't encourage that kind of gameplay. But there are people out there that like that, and good for you. And again, if everyone at your table is having fun with the game you're running, then you're doing it right. Keep doing you. Again, that's the whole point of gaming, is to let our hair down and have fun and enjoy what we enjoy. And so there's no wrong way to game as long as everyone at the table is having fun. That's the important part. So anyway, I told them when they sent me Cult, I said, this is not the game for me. I gave it a very positive review because it was a good game. And the art, the quality of the books and everything was fantastic. I gave it a very, very good review, but I put a disclaimer in: this is not the game for me. And I told the people that made the game, I don't remember the company. I apologize. If you know, put it in the notes below. But I put it up on my Discord and said, hey, anybody who wants it, pay for the shipping and it's yours. And one of the guys did, and I sent it to him, and he got a full set of books for free. All he had to pay was shipping. And the company that sent it to me said, that's fine, we're okay with that, thank you so much for the review. um, I mean, Cthulhu Tech, they just did a big Kickstarter, and they sent me the PDFs, the demos and stuff. I don't like the way the mechanics went. It's not a bad game. I love the art. But I think I backed it. I think I'm waiting for my books, or I'm waiting for the PDFs. I don't even remember, guys. I'm sorry. I, I had there for a while. I had so many Kickstarters that I don't even know uh, what I got coming and what I don't got coming. But anyway, long story short, uh, you know, eh, I don't remember if I did get the physical books. I'm probably going to wind up giving them away to one of my Patreons, um, because it's just not the game for me. I don't like the mechanic that they went with. It's cool. It's a dice pool, and you can use whatever dice you want. So if you've got, you know, 15 D20s laying around, you want to use D20s, you can. If you got D6s, use D6. You as the player can use anything, because the mechanic is positives and negatives. So if it's an even number, it's a success. If it's an odd number, it's a success. And even that's negotiable. You can flip it around. It's up to you how you want to do it. But that's their base mechanic. You get a chunk of dice, you roll them, kind of like Shadowrun, and you're looking for either even or odd numbers depending on what you're going with. But whatever you choose, you stick with it. And it's not a bad mechanic. It's just not the mechanic for me. I don't like a game where I roll 40 dice, or 10, 20 dice. I have no interest in that. It's just me. Uh, Games where you're rolling a couple 6-siders or a couple 12-siders or whatever, that's fine. I'm down with that. What's Old is New does that. They are a 6-sider game, and you roll, a chunk of dice. Usually you're not rolling more than 5 or 6 dice, maybe up to 8 at most, and boom, you get your successes and you go from there. I will say a shameless plug: if you haven't checked out What's Old is New, go check it out. It's a cool game. It's from the guys that do Ian World, so they do a lot of 5e publishing, which I don't review any of that stuff, because there's enough 5e reviewers out there. So let's see. Again, if you're in the chat, pop in and say hi. Warren, I think, bowed out because it was stuttering or whatever. Has anyone else encountering any pausing or stuttering? We've been going for almost an hour now, almost 50. In 10 seconds, it'll be 50 minutes. I was raised a poor orc child. Dude, your name is cracking me up. That is the best name. Yeah, and thank you. And I say the same thing for my channel. Encourage your friends that are into gaming or into tabletop RPGs to check out my channel. If it's not for them, they don't have to subscribe. It's not gonna end me or anything. Same reason I don't review a lot of Pathfinder books anymore is because there's 101 different YouTubers out there that are covering Pathfinder, so I don't need to do it. I mean, and nobody, do I play Pathfinder? Yes, I love Pathfinder. Pathfinder Second Edition is my jam, but I also like Castles and Crusades a lot. And so I think what I want to do is convert my group to Castles and Crusades, or I think once we finish up Pathfinder in maybe another year, 2 years, then go over to Castles and Crusades and run that. You'll see they really like Pathfinder. They're all relatively new gamers. They've only played 1 or 2 systems. They've gotten an immense amount of experience with other systems, thanks to me, because I have a huge gaming library and I want to play all these games. So I think I'm waiting on the Kickstarter for Deadlands, the sci-fi one in the future. I forgot what it's called. Nasser probably knows. Super Beast, and Gwydion might know as well. I think he's a Savage Worlds fan. I can't think of the name of it. It's the sci-fi version of Deadlands in the future, but I can't think of the name of it. But I think that Kickstarter is coming real soon. I just got the reprint of Rifts, Savage Worlds Rifts, which I'm not sure if I did a review. But the only thing different in it is they cleaned up some grammatical errors and they converted it to Suede, which is the newest edition of Savage Worlds. So other than that, nothing major. So other than that, I think we've talked about all the goodies we got. The vendors hall was awesome. It was huge. Mark Miller from Traveler was there. I didn't get to see him. My buddy did. He got a T-shirt and he got a book. I wanted to get a T-shirt because I'm a longtime Traveler fan. It's funny. I don't like the mechanics. I love the world. I love the setting. I just don't like D6. I don't like 2D6 mechanics. Oh, so you guys can read the comments down there. So I was raised a poor orc child. Yeah, I when I do interviews, they're very informal, and I also tell people, we just leave politics and religion out of it. It's very informal. It's like you're chatting with your friend, because hopefully I am your friend. And Poor Orc Child, are you a publisher? Have you produced anything? Because if you have, join my Discord and let's do an interview. Let's promote your stuff. If I haven't already, maybe you have a different name and I'm just not making the correlation. I'm not very smart. It's a good thing I'm good looking, though. Anyway, yeah, I mean, and I don't have any beef with the gaming gang. It's just his content's not for me. That's just his channel comes up in my feed every so often, and I just delete it because I don't want to see his stuff. And it's not that I don't like him. He was nice enough, but I just don't want to be involved in it. I don't want to be in that circle. If that's what it means to be famous, then I don't want to be famous. And that's just me. So hopefully, and if I'm interested to see if he interviews Polyhedral Knight stuff and what he said. I'm sure his I shouldn't say interview, his review, I'm sure it will be positive. I haven't really seen him do a negative interview, but again, I don't watch his reviews, so I can't really say one way or the other. But anyway, gosh, I'm running out of things to talk to, and it's been an hour, so I think I'm going to wrap it up. If you haven't popped in and say hi. Oh, Diversity and Dragons mod. Cool. Well, awesome for you, sir. I think I'm going to wrap it up. I don't have anything else to talk to, and I really want to go take a nap because I'm old and grumpy. And you guys have been awesome. Someone else just popped into the channel. If you're in the channel, pop in and say hi. I don't want to cut anybody off, but I know we've gotten 3, maybe 4 people that have popped in. So at least 1 or 2 that haven't said hi. So pop in and say hi. I will say I was raised a poor orc child is the winner of the best YouTube name, profile name, you win 1,000 geek points. What you can do with those points, well, that's up to you, buddy. Uh, but if you're not on my Discord, please pop in. Although it sounds like you're a moderator, probably already on a Discord channel. And I've purged a lot of Discord channels, and it's not because I don't like their content or whatever, but if you run a YouTube channel, if you're a parent, if you're an adult with a 9 to 5 job, and you run a Discord, you know how much work all of that is. I just don't have time to peruse those other channels. So I'm on a few. Earl of Fife, just because he's a super cool guy. I love his products. I need to get his games to the table more, but unfortunately, nobody wants to play different games, and it just sucks because Heroes and Hardships is a great game. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. He's also done a lot of stuff. He's done, I think he did a Kickstarter for a mothership module, which is fantastic. And he also did a module for Dragonbane, which is awesome. It's really well done. So he's a very creative guy, and he does amazing work. So go check out Jason, Earl of Fife Games. Heroes and Hardships is fantastic. You will love it. If you like, I'm a big D10 fan, and I'm a huge L5R, Legends of the Five Rings. I have every version that was ever made. And Jason is also a big L5R fan. And so he took the D10, he took that roll and keep mechanic, converted it a little bit, and made it his own into a very unique and awesome system that plays. You can play fantasy, you can play sci-fi, you can play horror, you can play space opera. It is a generic game that you can play pretty much any genre with. So go check it out. And other than that, guys, I see some people dropped off, so I guess nobody wants to pop in and say hi. I get it. Some people are internet shy, don't want to be called out, or they're working. I appreciate all of you watching, and those that will watch this later on YouTube. As always, peace and hair grease. And as always, Mr. Mean says, be nice. We're going to end the stream. I hope everyone has a great day. And let me see here. Let's go here. And everyone, remember, oh, wait, first, I was raised a poor orc child. Thank you, sir. You gave me a chuckle today. Peace and hair grease. Remember, everybody, be nice, support your local game stores, support your indie publishers, and buy those little games at game stores that you never heard of. You might just find a gem. Be nice, everybody.